Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today I'm not actually reviewing a Star Wars item. What I want to give you a look at today can really appeal to a number of different collectors, whether you're just a model collector, a Star Wars collector obviously, or you have any other type of vehicle in your collection, then this review is probably for you. And the item that I want to give you a look at is a nice display solution for those of you that are lacking in space or a dynamic display for your vehicles. What I want to give you a look at today are these. These are the Flightpose Flexidisplay stands, and what these are just basic clear acrylic plastic stands that allow you to pose your vehicles in various positions. So rather than just having them sitting on a shelf looking a little bit plain and boring, you can have these like at an angle or really to look like they're flying, but obviously with the way they're made, they don't look like they're levitating because the stands that they're on aren't necessarily see-through, and you can actually see the screws in the stand. But they do add a little bit of variety to any vehicle display, and I was lucky enough to get a few of these from our podcast sponsor, BigBadToyStore.com. Did get them through the guys at Action Figure Times who ordered them for me, so big thanks goes out to those. But yeah, these are just very simple storage getting tongue-tied, display solutions for your vehicles. So I mean, you're probably not interested, but I'll give you a look at the packaging that they come in anyway. Very basic white box with an illustration on the front. As you can see, this is called a Flexidisplay Aircraft and Collectibles Display Stand. Acrylic rods support and balance your collectible. Rubber tips grip and hold. 4 bumpers on the bottom keep the stand from getting scratched. The acrylic base as well, and rods are adjustable to accommodate different sizes and your desired pose. No attachments or modifications are needed, and assembles in seconds with a screwdriver. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about how you assemble these, because if you order them, you'll figure it out for yourself. But you do need a screwdriver, and there are, a little bit of self-assembly required, but it's nothing major anyway. And then on the back it says, supports all these and more. So you've got cars, boats, other collectibles, aircraft models, all that kind of stuff. So, as I said, it doesn't really matter whether you're a Star Wars collector or just a everyday collectible collector, and these may serve a multitude of purposes for you. So that's the box that they come in. As I said, I'm not going to go into detail showing you the instructions that come with them, but basically the stand comes in a variety of parts. You've got the rods, the base that secures the rods in place, and the stand, and obviously you've got other elements that hold it all together. But as I said, the base is made from acrylic plastic, and it's very nice and sturdy. It almost feels like glass. And you also have these rods as well that support your vehicle. As you can see, the rods are held in place by this flat piece of acrylic plastic on the top, and that basically allows these rods to be adjusted in any position that you desire. And then once again, you've got rubber tips on the end that just help to support the vehicle while it's in display. Now, I do believe that the ones that I have in this instance, these are 2.5 inches tall from base to tip. These are the older Flightpose stands, because as you can see, the rubber tips on the ends are black rather than see-through. The later models do have see-through tips, and they do look a little bit better, but any protection on the end there that keeps the display stand from scratching the vehicle is a welcome addition. But there's the stand anyway. That's the basic general idea of the stand. As I said, you've got these ball and socket joints that allow your rods to be adjusted, so you can have them displayed however you want, and then of course you do have some rubber pads on each corner just to prevent the stand itself from getting scratched while it's on a surface. Now, just to give you an example of how you can utilise these stands, I've got a selection of Star Wars vehicles here to show you, ranging from the mini-rig line right through to the Starfighter side vehicles. Now, obviously these aren't, I mean, depending on the size really, I mean you can get these in sizes up to 6 inches long, so I guess it depends on the size of the stand that you get as opposed to the size of the vehicle that you can display them on. I mean, I've got the new Y-Wing on one of these and it holds it up fine. The heavier the vehicle, the tighter you'll have to fasten the screws in place there, that's the only thing. But obviously for vehicles such as an Imperial shuttle that have got large wingspans, or the Republic shuttle or whatever, or Slave One for example, you're going to need either a bigger stand or, you know, something that will help to support it a little bit more. The bigger stand is probably my solution to that. But these do help support anything from the mini-rig line right up to the deluxe vehicle line, which is sort of like the Y-Wing sized vehicles. I'll post some pictures on Facebook or something just to show you all the vehicles that I've got on display using these. But just to give you an example, for one, we have a snowspeeder. All you do, you know, you don't have to attach it in any way. You just simply sit the vehicle on the stand, and there you go. So it's a very simple display method, and a very good one at that. So I hope you're getting a decent look. And then, as I said, you can of course use these for the mini rigs. So just adjust the rods to the position that you want, and just support the vehicle like that. And there you go. So obviously that's the Naboo Star Skiff from the mini rig line. That looks great as well. And as I said, other size vehicles that you can display these on include like the Jedi Starfighters, so Mace Windu's for example. Just take that and display it on the stand, and voila, there you go, you've got a nice display solution. And as I said, this really does liven up your collection. It makes it look a little bit more dynamic rather than just having them sitting there. And I do heartily recommend these. I will post links to all the places that you can buy these stands. As I said, mine came through from bigbadtoystore.com, although I believe that I was the recipient of the last ones they had in stock, so sorry guys, but that's the way things go. I'm sure they'll get some more in. You can also go to the, I mean, I don't know whether these particular ones are actually made by what are the names? Flightpose. I think these are actually made by Lost and Found Toys Incorporated, who Flightpose bought out, and they started making these stands from then on. Don't know whether the website still works or not, but you can visit laftoys.com. I'm sure there'll be something on there about these, or you can visit the Flightpose website, which, as I said, will be linked down in the video description, so you can have a look at these yourself and decide whether they're worth the purchase. As I said, these are a bit outdated. These are the older versions with the black rubber tips on the ends, but they serve the same purpose really. And depending on the position that you put your vehicle in, then you're really not going to see those rubber tips anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But there you go. That's just something a little bit different for you, just to give you a look at something to display your collectibles rather than just reviewing ones that you can still buy. As I said, I do have a number of different vehicles positioned on these stands. I've got about 3 of these now, and I'll post pictures on Facebook eventually and just give you a look at how I've displayed them, and give you a look at how they can be used in more detail. So there we go. That's the adjustable acrylic Flexidisplay stands from Flightpose or Lost and Found Toys, depending on what time you're looking at. But very good display solutions, highly recommend them, and yeah, go out and get some if you are sick of seeing your vehicles sitting there looking all dull and boring. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, hope you found it useful, and I'll be back with more reviews on many more Star Wars collectibles very soon. Finally got an ARC Trooper Commander Blitz on the way from the Defend Camino pack, so I'll be rounding out that set and reviewing him soon when he arrives from eBay. I've also got the 8-inch Tome Boba Fett real action figure from all the way from Japan. I'll be reviewing that as well, and I've also got, as I said, the newest line of Clone Wars mini rigs still to come. So I'll be reviewing those soon as well. So plenty to look forward to, and as always guys, I want to thank you for watching, and until my next review, keep collecting and may the Force be with you.